All right, part two. Now that I have my two-dimensional view of my drawing, I now want to make this into a three-dimensional toolpath. So I'm going to click. It was just this little arrow. It's how you go from two-dimensional drawing to three-dimensional toolpaths. And on this one, we just want to cut out the saw, and then we're going to router out the letters. So we'll start with the saw as a profile. And what we're going to do here is go ahead and select my end mill and how far I want to go through. This one, I want to go all the way through the board, so I want this to be 0.75 inches. My end mill, I could go with a larger one, but I know on my to not have to change my toolpath, so I'm going to keep it this 0.1875, which is 3/16. Down here, we always go 12,000 RPMs, 75 or 80 on the feed rate, and the plunge rate should be 15 or 20. So I'll hit OK. And again, this is going to cut all the way through. So I'm at 0.75 inches. And this is the important thing. Do I want it to be on the inside or the outside of this saw? So I'm going to say let's go to the outside. And if we come down and hit calculate, if I preview, there is what that would look like, is what my code has created. So I'm now going to go do my two-dimensional view and do a second profile. So this time I'm going to click the letters, and I'll hit Shift to highlight both of those, come and do a profile again. I actually want the same end mill, but I want to only go 150 thousandths deep this time. So I do 0.150, and we're going to skip through all this at this point, and I can rename this actually and just write my lettering. If I hit calculate, I can reset preview, and if I click both of these, I could do preview all toolpaths, and that is not quite what I wanted. Okay, looks kind of cool, but that's not what I wanted because on the lettering, so I'll come back and do edit. I did not want to be on the outside. I wanted to be inside the vectors. So I have the pink, so I taught it or told it to go around the outside. I want it to be the inside. So now I will recalculate, reset, and if I slow this down, it will even show you what it would look like to go through and cut of all the paths. So that looks really good. That's kind of what I was going for. Is I'll have the saw be the outer piece of my work, and then the lettering would be a pocket. So that looks really good, but there's one major issue I see, and that is since this is being cut out completely, once the router goes through, we don't want these pieces going to move or go flying. So we need to add tabs. So I'm going to go back to the profile, right click, hit edit, and in here I'm going to add tabs, and the length, usually we do about 3/8 of an inch, so that's 0.375, and the thickness, 100 thousandths should be enough. And so adding tabs, I'm going to edit tabs, and I get to click where I want them. It's best to do them on a flat surface because we're going to have to cut them out after. So I'm going to put tabs along here so that this thing is still connected. And I'll put one there and one there on the handle. So when I hit close, I've got tabs there. And when I come down and calculate again and reset, notice what this does. When I do calculates all previews, see now what the tabs have done is literally I'll have some connections in this so that this is no longer a piece by itself. It'll still stay connected to the main piece. So if I like this, I do notice I actually have some little knobs there that I can take care of. But for the sake of a quick tutorial, what I'll do is hit close. I like to see how long this will take. So if I click all toolpaths and click here, this should take a total of 13 minutes to cut out on the machine time, which is good enough for me. And so what I would do is hit close and then come up here to G-code, make sure I have, oops, not that. I know I'm running out of time. Close, come on. I'm going to click G-code here. I want all of these as one toolpath, and I'm going to click G-code as a tap and then hit save.